Welcome to AnimeFan Narrations, Solo Leveling, Episode 27, Chapter 77.
Baek Yoonho also spotted Choi Jongin and widened his eyes in shock.
Guildmaster Choi.
Choi Jongin quickly picked up on Baek Yoonho's expression.
That's the look of someone caught off guard.
There's no way he had come here after getting some kind of tip-off. The timing didn't add up.
Becco's offices are too far from the Hunter Association.
So that means Baek Yoonho must have known about this from the start.
Did he already know about this man?
No, if that were true, Baek Yoonho wouldn't have let him go through with a retest like this.
If I'd known about someone like this, I would have secured a contract before even allowing a retest.
At that moment, the scattered pieces began to come together in Choi Jongin-'s mind.
Could it be?
The Baeko Guild, the incident during the new recruit training, the Red Gate, the mysterious helper, and now this newly awakened S-rank.
It seems Becco received help from someone they want to keep under wraps. A new recruit who hadn't even been ranked yet, or a criminal who had to keep their identity hidden.
Suddenly everything clicked into place. On him.
It was that guy.
Baek Yoonho was out of breath, a testament to how hard he had run to get here. Choi Jongin realized that it wasn't that Baek Yoonho had simply let the man be. Rather, he hadn't been able to stop him from taking the retest. With a smile, Choi Jongin turned to Baek Yoonho.
You couldn't get him.
I'm not like you.
Thanks for this chance.
Without a word to Baek Yoonho, Choi Jongin walked right past him. Baek Yoonho glanced around. Jinwoo was nowhere to be seen.
Did I arrive too late?
Baek Yoonho watched as Choi Jongin disappeared into the distance and let out a deep sigh. Of all the days for the Hunters Guild's leader to be here, scratching the back of his head, Baek Yoonho muttered.
This just got messy.
At Seoul's Ilshin Hospital, patient visiting hours were until 8 p.m.
You're Park Kyung-hae's guardian.
Yes.
Visiting is allowed. You're familiar with the visiting hours?
Yes, I know.
Jinwoo made his way to his mother's hospital room. Because he had rushed, he managed to arrive just in time. Opening the door and stepping inside, Jinwoo saw his mother. She was lying on the bed, looking as if she were merely asleep. Her son quietly took a seat beside her.
Just watching her like this, it feels like she could wake up any moment.
The sleep from which you never awaken. It was an illness that emerged after the gates began to appear.
They say there are at least 10 other patients here with the same condition.
Jinwoo gently took his mother's hand in his.
Mom.
Thankfully, the life support machines powered by magic cores kept her body from deteriorating, even after years of being unconscious. But those magic cores were costly. The monthly expense for the cores powering the machine was over 5 million won. Without the financial help from the association, it would have been impossible for a man in his 20s to afford such an amount. By working as a hunter under the association, Jinwoo was able to be here, holding his mother's hand. But now, things were different. Instead of just being grateful that his mother was still alive, Jinwoo now had a way to heal her. The holy water of life. The cure provided by the system. Whether it would work or not was something to worry about later. For now, making it was the priority.
I'll save you.
His mother, who had held the family together with her frail body after their father disappeared. Soon they would see her healthy again.
Please hang on until then.
How long did he sit by his mother's side? After some time had passed, Jinwoo finally stood up. After a long visit, he quietly left the room, closing the door behind him. As he turned around, he was met with a familiar face.
As I suspected, you were the one who took care of the magic beast in the double dungeon that day, weren't you?
A deep voice, piercing eyes. It was Woo Jin-cheol, the chief of the Hunter Surveillance Department, HSD. Jinwoo didn't respond. He had neither the reason nor the desire to. Instead, he posed a question.
How did you know I was here?
I guess the places you might visit. When I called the hospital, they confirmed you were here.
It was the association that had been covering his mother's medical bills.
Well, not anymore.
It made sense that this would be one of the first places they'd check for him. It was a speed that matched the reputation of the HSD. Jinwoo smiled broadly and asked,
Are you here to question me about that day again?
Woo Jin-cheol shook his head.
No, sir.
Then why?
There is someone who wishes to meet with you, Hunter Nim. Would you be willing to come with me?
The Hunter Surveillance Department's main role was to keep an eye on and apprehend any hunters who stepped out of line. To most hunters, they weren't seen in a positive light. Jinwoo was no exception.
Is that an order?
No, sir.
Woo Jin-cheol took off his sunglasses and bowed deeply, nearly at a 90-degree angle.
It's a request.
Jinwoo was surprised to see the normally stern-looking Woo Jin-cheol show him this much respect. After a brief moment of thought, Jinwoo decided to at least find out who wanted to see him.
Who is it that wants to meet with me?
Woo Jin-cheol straightened up.
It's the Hunter Association's president, Go Gunhee Nim.
He gestured towards a corner at the end of the hallway.
The association president is here.
Solo Leveling, Chapter 78.
Hunter Association, President's Office. Dr. Ju Chewy examined Go Gunhee with a serious look on his face. He removed the stethoscope from the elderly man's chest.
President,
There's no need to say anything. I can see it all in your expression.
Go Gunhee fastened his shirt buttons and let out a chuckle. Dr. Ju Chui couldn't find the words to speak.
President Go Gunhee. It's a miracle that he can even stand, let alone walk in this condition.
Yet the head of the association refused to slow down his hectic schedule. After all, he was so busy that he couldn't make time to visit the hospital and had to summon the doctor to his office instead.
You know,
Go Gunhee started to put on his suit.
at one point I thought that with the arrival of healers and their healing magic, I might be able to relive my younger days. I was ready to say farewell to this old, worn-out body.
He laughed again.
Looks like I was wrong.
Is there really no other way?
Even the most powerful hunters can't stop the march of time.
If healer-class hunters were truly capable of curing every disease, every hospital in the country would have shut down by now, and doctors would be out of work. Fortunately, or perhaps unfortunately, that didn't happen. Healing magic could only assist the body in regenerating. Even though it could miraculously regrow a severed arm, it couldn't cure a child's simple cold.
Because of that, I still have a job.
Dr. Ju Chui watched the president as he prepared to leave.
Someone like the president needs some kind of unknown magic to be restored.
But no healing spell or medical breakthrough could help him. All the doctor could do was offer some words of encouragement.
Please take care of yourself, sir. Even a little bit of rest would do you good.
I would like that too.
But what would become of the Hunter Association? Go Gunhee simply laughed instead of replying.
An association without me, Go Gunhee.
Even now, the large guilds were fiercely battling to become more powerful. Their strength had long since surpassed the conventional military power of most nations. The only reason the association held any influence over them was not due to government support, but because of Go Gunhee's own power. If the association lost that power, the hunters would become like wild beasts freed from their cages.
No, not yet.
He couldn't step down just yet. Right now, the association was the only force capable of keeping the guilds in check. Without a suitable replacement, he couldn't afford to disappear.
To show that the association is still strong and active, my presence is essential.
The S rank among S ranks. The name Go Gunhee needed to remain associated with the association, no matter how long it took. Go Gunhee clutched his chest in sudden pain.
President, here.
Dr. Ju Chui quickly prepared some painkillers and handed him a glass of water.
Thank you.
After taking the medication, he felt a bit of relief. Suddenly, his phone rang. He had specifically instructed not to be disturbed during his examination. Frowning, Go Gunhee answered the call.
I'm in the middle of an examination.
On the other end, his secretary's voice was filled with urgency.
I'm sorry, President. This is extremely urgent.
Did Japan contact us again?
They did, sir, but this isn't about that.
Go Gunhee's eyebrows furrowed momentarily.
There's something more pressing than the ant situation on Jeju Island.
What could it possibly be?
What is it?
Before Go Gunhee's patience could wear thin, the secretary cautiously continued.
There's been an update from the testing department.
The testing department?
The testing department was responsible for measuring the magic power of gates and determining the rank of newly awakened beings. It wasn't the kind of department that usually reported problems.
Unless...
Had they messed up another gate measurement? Go Gunhee recalled the Baek incident, his frown deepening. But his concern was short-lived. The next words from the secretary were far more startling.
Just now at the testing department, they reported an awakened being with a result of measurement impossible.
The Hunter Association's President Go Gunhee?
Did he hear that right? Jinwoo questioned his own hearing. The most powerful hunter in South Korea had come all the way to the hospital just to meet him.
No way.
As Jinwoo stood there in disbelief, Woo Jinchul nodded and gestured behind him, confirming.
Yes, the association president is here.
Woo Jinchul waited patiently for Jinwoo's response, his expression serious. It was clear he wasn't joking.
He's really here.
But why would Go Gunhee want to meet him? A strong suspicion began to form in Jinwoo's mind. The only thing that came to mind was the results of his retest.
Are they trying to recruit me into the association?
But the association was a non-profit organization. They wouldn't deploy the head of the HSD just to recruit a single hunter like this. Besides, his retest results hadn't even been finalized yet. The more he thought about it, the more the president's actions didn't add up.
Okay.
Jinwoo decided to go along with it. Woo Jinchul's face, which had been so serious just moments ago, instantly brightened.
Thank you, sir.
His gratitude was genuine.
Even that stern-looking Ajusi can smile like that, huh?
Still a bit taken aback, Jinwoo followed Woo Jinchul. Around the corner, an elderly man was seated in one of the hospital's waiting chairs.
That man is...
Jinwoo swallowed hard. The S-rank hunter known as the Sky Above Skies, Go Gunhee. Noticing Jinwoo, Go Gunhee stood up from his seat.
Hunter Sung Jinwoo Nim?
The elderly man's physique didn't match his age of over 80. He looked more like a retired wrestler or a seasoned serum player. Yet, there was no overwhelming aura coming from him.
Not what I expected.
Jinwoo had expected that someone of this man's stature and status would exude a certain level of intimidation. But instead, it was the HSD chief standing beside him who appeared far more imposing to Jinwoo.
Yes, I'm Sung Jinwoo.
Jinwoo responded. Go Gunhee extended his hand with a warm expression.
Nice to meet you. I'm Go Gunhee.
The two briefly shook hands. Go Gunhee then gestured toward the chair opposite his.
Please have a seat.
Thank you.
After Jinwoo sat down, Go Gunhee followed suit. The first thing that caught Jinwoo's attention was the golden badge pinned to Go Gunhee's suit. A member of the National Assembly and the president of the Hunter Association?
And an S-rank awakened being.
Go Gunhee was not someone just anyone could meet.
Thanks for watching Solo Leveling on AnimeFan Narrations. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for updates. Share your thoughts in the comments. See you next time.